A human soldier and a paralyzed Drexith working together. It didn't make sense, but somehow, it felt right. The coalition wouldn't understand. His superiors might even court-martial him for aiding the enemy. But Elias didn't care. In that moment, he wasn't just a soldier. He was something more, something human. And maybe, just maybe, that was enough to change everything. The battlefield was a scarred wasteland, with twisted metal and the acrid scent of burning ozone lingering in the air. Bodies, human and alien alike, lay scattered among the ruins, evidence of a war that had pushed every species in the galaxy to its breaking point. Captain Elias Ward adjusted his rifle's sling over his shoulder, his boots crunching against broken fragments of alien armor. He had no orders to be here, just a gut instinct that something wasn't right. Then he saw it. Slumped against the remains of a shattered hovercraft was a Drexith, one of the most feared warriors in the galaxy. Towering at 8 feet tall with glistening black chitinous plates and 4 clawed arms, it was a being bred for combat. This one, however, was far from threatening. Its legs were crushed beneath the hovercraft, ichor pooling around its shattered lower body. Its breathing was labored, each exhale accompanied by a wheezing rattle. Most tellingly, its 4 eyes, usually blazing with cold, calculated fury, were dim. Elias tightened his grip on his rifle. "You'd do the same to me without hesitation," he muttered, stepping closer. The Drexith raised its head weakly. Its translator embedded in its throat crackled to life. "Human, soldier. Leave me, to die." Elias hesitated. The Drexith were the enemy, merciless and unrelenting. They'd never shown any sign of mercy toward humans or their allies. Every other species in the coalition despised them. To save one was unthinkable. But Elias wasn't like the others. "Yeah, no," he said, slinging his rifle back over his shoulder. He crouched down and began examining the debris pinning the Drexith. "I'm not in the habit of leaving people behind, even if they've got 4 arms and a bad attitude." The Drexith's mandibles clicked in confusion. "You are a fool." Elias grinned as he braced himself against the hovercraft. "Maybe. But I'm a fool who doesn't give up on anyone. Even you." It took every ounce of his strength to shift the wreckage. His muscles burned, and sweat poured down his face, but he managed to move it just enough to free the alien's legs. The Drexith's injuries were severe, fractured exoskeleton, torn muscles, and a severed limb, but it was alive. "You won't make it far without help," Elias said, pulling out a medkit. The alien hissed in pain as Elias applied coagulant foam to its wounds. "Why, save me? I have slain many of your kind." Elias shrugged. "Maybe I'm just stubborn. Or maybe I think there's more to you than killing." The Drexith studied him for a moment before its mandibles twitched in what might have been a smile. "You are strange. No other would do this." "That's humans for you," Elias said, slinging the Drexith's arm over his shoulder. "We're full of bad ideas. Now shut up and let me carry you before I regret this." As Elias hauled the massive warrior toward his extraction point, he couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of the situation.